Last night in the general election, Memphians voted yes on all 6 amendments on the ballot.
The 3 dealing with gun safety were especially controversial with state lawmakers who argued they should not even been on the ballot at all. ABC 24's Scott Mattis is here with more on how the votes went down and what they mean for us. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening. Yeah, the bottom line to this big story, Memphians want more gun control. Now, like we've been talking about, there were 6 questions to vote on. The first asked voters if they would like to create a runoff election for the Memphis mayoral race. All right, why this is important, this would only happen if no candidate received 50% of those votes. Now, this could potentially change the outcome of elections. Last year, you might remember, Mayor Paul Young was elected with just 27.6% of the vote. More than 80% of voters yesterday agreed with that idea. Now, question 2 asked if Memphis City Council should determine their own salaries, along with the salaries of Memphis mayor and other chief officers. And more than 70% of voters once again agreed. Now, the third question asked Memphians if the mayor or city council members should be required to actually live in the city of Memphis. This also was agreed on, with nearly 90% of voters saying yes, they should have at least 2 years of residency in the city of Memphis. And finally, we're talking about the gun referendums. There were 3 questions. The first asked voters if they would like to see a ban on carrying a gun without a permit or having a gun in their car without a permit, right here again in the city of Memphis only. More than 81% of voters yesterday agreed on that. Now, 80% of voters also agreed on the second question, which asked if they want to see an assault weapon ban and the stop of sale of assault weapons right here in the city of Memphis. And finally, voters were asked if the courts should be allowed to take someone's gun away from them if they are found to be a significant danger or extreme risk to themselves or others. 84% of those saying yes.
Wow, pretty unanimous. Scott, we know the 3 gun questions were just that. They are not binding. But how soon can we expect the 3 other referendums to go into effect?
That's a good question. It's going to be some time. Once again, with those referendums yesterday, it's important to point out when I was talking to multiple people prior to the election, now they thought they were actually voting on something that would go into law. But when we're looking at those questions, they were just questions. What ends up happening with those, that goes back to City Council to give them an idea on exactly what the pulse of Memphis is thinking and talking about in reference to those questions, so they can look forward to possibly introduce legislation right here.
Well, Memphians have spoken. Scott, thank you.